We'll call to order the Greenwood Redevelopment Commission on this, the 13th day of April of 2021. May I have a roll call, please?
And Mr. Hopper?
I'm here.
Mr. Harris?
Present in the building.
Mr. Hoover?
Here.
Mr. Campbell?
Here.
Mr. Moan?
Here.
Non-voting advisor, Mr. Alexander? I do not see him online either. I will watch to see if he comes on, and I'll add it to the record if he appears.
All right, thank you. We have a quorum. Is there a motion to approve our regular minutes from the March 9th meeting?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. Hoover. Any discussion from the members? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0. Is there a motion to approve our minutes from the special meeting on March 4th?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Mr. Hoover, second by Mr. Harris. Any discussion there? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0. New business, resolution 2021-09, a resolution approving an application for property tax deductions for certain real and personal property located within the East Side Economic Development Area, ERMCO, Inc. Okay, so-
Hello, members of the commission. My name is Amanda Rubidoux. I'm Vice President of Economic Development for Aspire Johnson County. I'm very excited to bring you this project today. When our business leaders were discussing Aspire's vision for Johnson County in creating our 5-year economic development strategic plan, companies like ERMCO were what they were talking about. This is a very high quality company, an advanced industry that really invests in their people and sees the benefit in being located in Johnson County. So ERMCO is proposing to relocate their corporate headquarters to the northwest corner of Grand and Main Street and build a 170,000 square foot building that includes a 2-story office and a shop area. Plan on bringing 125 existing jobs to that new location and adding an additional 20 jobs, paying an average wage of over $33 an hour. Right now, Johnson County's average wage is $19.23. So ERMCO is planning on investing $16 million in this building, and they're requesting a 10-year real property abatement, $350,000 in personal property, and they're requesting a 5-year abatement, both the standard phase-in schedule. So Chad Buckman and Greg Gossard with ERMCO are on the call today, and so I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Greg, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about the company.
And thank you very much for that introduction. I want to thank the council for giving us a few minutes on your agenda. Just a little bit more about ERMCO. As mentioned, we are a full service electrical technology and automation contractor. We were founded by my father back in 1962. From our humble beginnings with only 3 employees, we've now grown to be one of the largest contractors in the country, and we're very regularly listed in the top 200. We actually have 127 people on our overhead that will be coming to the new facility, and our shop area regularly has over 25 to 30 employees in it. And we have over 1,200 craftspeople working on various projects around the country. We're a very resilient organization. We're in our 4th generation of leadership. And in 2014, we entered into a new era of ownership when the family of shareholders, my brothers and sisters and I, sold the organization to our employees. So we are now 100% employee owned. With the various scopes of work that we engage in, we can perform just about any type of job imaginable, from a small service call in someone's home to install ceiling fan, to we recently completed all of the electrical systems and automation work at the brand new New Orleans airport. Our contract value is well in excess of $100 million. We're very strong in sporting facilities, having built 34 major sporting stadiums or arenas around the country, but we're also very heavily engaged in entertainment, healthcare, data centers, and institutional work, and recently secured the upgrades to the the casino out in Shelby County. Very engaged in the community. We sponsor and participate very fully in many community events, including previous support of the Wham Fest, and we highly encourage our employees to get engaged at a grassroots level. We very much look forward to being members of the Greenwood business community. In the history of our organization, we've right now, we currently only have 2 locations, our headquarters in Indianapolis, and we have a small office in Columbus, Indiana, that serves Cummins in the southern Indiana market. In the past, we also had a location in Lafayette, Indiana, as well as Orlando, Florida. We've only been headquartered in 3 locations over our 60 years, but each time we relocated, it gave us an opportunity for tremendous growth. At one point, the Orlando's location actually rivaled Indy in volume, and we had considered back in the early 2000s relocating our headquarters there. But when 9/11 occurred, it absolutely crippled the tourism industry and the amusement park industry for several years. So we actually sold that operation. With this move, at the one we're considering now, we had considered an acquisition of a couple of different contractors in Cincinnati and Louisville because we do a lot of work in those marketplaces and are currently bidding some very large projects there. But we settled on Greenwood because we truly believe that it gives us the best opportunity to service that tri-state area. And in looking at the ethics and the integrity of the leadership that we've been working with over the last several months and what we see in the citizenry, we believe it truly aligns with that of our own organization. And to be honest with you, I'm a longtime resident of Johnson County, so I'm excited to be bringing my business home. We're excited to be planning a facility that our employees will be very proud of and enjoy working in. And additionally, based on our national footprint and some national associations and peer groups we're involved in, it's one we're going to be very proud to bring a lot of national visitors to on a regular basis. And I think they'll enjoy all the amenities that the Greenwood area has to offer. So that's my introduction of IRMCO. I want to give Chad Bachman, our CFO, a moment to talk a little bit more about the project.
Yeah, so our intent, and again, thank you for taking the time. Again, my name's Chad Bachman. I'm our CFO. But our project's going to be, like she said, 170,000 square foot building, investing almost $2 million in the land and another $16 million in the facility itself, with some other ancillary costs, obviously. We do appreciate the consideration for the abatement. It will help in our growth. As of right now, I mean, the cost of this new facility, although we're busting at the seams and need it, it's going to triple the amount of costs that we have in our office right now. So as you can expect, that takes a little bit of a hit as going forward and then into our ESOP pockets. So having an abatement over and extending over the 10 years will just help us not only secure the property and building for many years, but also help us increase and get those 20 employees where we're projected over the next 5 years, maybe happen in the next 2 or 3. So appreciate your consideration with this request.
Right.
If there's any questions, we'd certainly be happy to answer them.
Yeah, any questions from the commission members?
Your current location is your headquarters is up on Thompson Road, is that correct?
It is. We're just off of I-465 and State Road 37, kind of across the street from that Flying J truck stop. And we are in the one little island of area that will not be affected by the Interstate 69 development. This building is protected. Ourselves and the Flying J truck stop are about the only things that will still be standing when that's complete in this area.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve resolution 2021-09?
I'll approve. Motion.
Motion by Mr. Harris, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mellon, thank you, sir. All right, any further discussion by any of the members? All right, hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. All right, motion is approved 5-0. Looking forward to having you in Greenwood.
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
I see a Scott's iPhone on there. I don't know if that's Mr. Alexander. If it is, if he wants to unmute himself to let us know that that is him, so we can count him as present, perhaps. Could be just a random Scott that's on here.
Hey guys, it's me. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late joining.
No worries. We got you down. Thank you. All right, old business, none. Capital project report, Greenwood Fieldhouse project, consideration of capital purchase with RGE Business Interiors.
Yeah, so this is part of a project that obviously we've been working on for quite some time and has been making quite a bit of progress. As you saw when you probably drove into the office or anytime you're past Old Town. We've already appropriated funding for this because we appropriated funding beyond the original base contract for some loose equipment items. And I'll defer to our Parks and Rec staff, who's actually here today, to give you the details. Essentially, it is just all the furniture and fixtures, furniture and related fixtures for both the staff of the new field house and the patrons.
Hi, guys. This is Rob Taggart, Director of Parks. As Kevin alluded to, there's going to be several loose items that are going to be accompanying the onboarding of the field house. One of the first items that we're getting presented with, just because of the lead time of this particular item, is the fixtures and the finishings, the furniture for the field house. I'm going to attempt to share my screen, which I'm not a skilled master at, so just be patient with me. Let's see if this works. Just a quick presentation of what we're looking at here. There we go. So Greenwood, the field house and the fixtures for the field house. We'll have several different types of benches that'll go on through the facility. They'll be in the common areas. Stools will also be accompanied in the some of the rooms as well. So the golf simulators, sit-on chairs will be primarily in the POS, the point of sale areas. In the leg chairs, again, primarily in some of the golf simulator areas as well, the common community areas. Tiered seating, we'll see those up in the auxiliary turf field as kind of that loose, passive stadium seating. You'll see a lot of the diamond seating in the lobby areas, and as well as the arch benched area. We'll station those proposed in the lobby area and up and around the auxiliary turf field, as well as the pentagon shaped seating. The high tower bench looks to be going into the golf simulator room. A lot of table bar height tables, again, for the auxiliary turf field area, and then those common spaces and the golf simulator rooms. For those items, for the community areas, furniture, we're looking at a total of $61,147.09. And as far as the office areas, for the staffing, Office 360, just some renderings of what those would look like. And then this is the manager's office. And more of the control room, which is behind the POS. And then we've got a safe, secure room back behind that where it'll be monitored with surveillance. We'll be able to count money as well. A lot of this furniture is very similar to what we've done in DPW and also what we've done in the city building as well, and the community center. There's the control room again. And in addition to that, we're looking at some cubbies for some staff for their backpacks and a safe to go along in that secure room. Office 360s was $32,511.80. The total ask would be $93,658.89.
And again, to build on that, the original Fieldhouse contract was just under $8.6 million. The commission approved spending $9 So this will be in that gap that is non-committed. We're still all this far along in the field house and are still within our original budget. John Shell will come with a few change orders that are working within the contingencies that are included in that bid. So really just asking you to approve contracting with these two providers to equip the field house. And the reason we do this separate from the larger contract is you avoid the contractor's markup on something that they really don't have any work to do. So you save yourself about $9,300 doing it. So any questions for Rob and Jen? I'm sure they can walk you through it. I think they spent a lot of time picking those out.
Yeah, we've been going through this process. I think we started since like October last year, so it's been lengthy.
Do you want
Rob, I have a question.
Sure.
Rob, when you were talking about the furniture and fixtures, you also mentioned a few times Office 360, which is number 2 under that. Are we considering both of those items in the 93,658, or is that a separate item?
No, 93,658 is the lump sum of both of them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for clarification. Thank you.
Yep, no worries.
The RGE is for $61,147.09, and the Office 360 is for $32,511.80.
we do them separately, or?
Probably should do them separately. They're separate contracts, it looks like. So,
Well, I'll move that we approve the contract
RGE.
with RGE Business Interiors in the amount requested.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Hoover. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Harris. Appreciate it. Any discussion from the commission members? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. All right, motion approved 5-0. Is there a motion to approve the Office 360 contract?
I'll make that motion.
Motion
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Moan. Thank you, sirs. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, change orders. Change order number 1. Is this you,
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
This is indeed me.
All right.
Yes, the first change order is the building on the north end has the steel structures that you can see, and just immediately behind that, where the Greenwood sign was on that north facade, that's mainly office space and locker rooms and things like that. A lot of the floors in that area had a small 2-inch cap of grout, and we found it not to be structurally solid. So we need to remove that and then put a concrete cap on top of it. And it's most of that north end. It does not, it's everything between the old wrestling mats, the room off of the gymnasium, and the north end. It's most of that area. And the price that we were quoted by the contractor was $25,432, and we're seeking a change order to allow us to extend that amount.
Any questions?
I'll move we approve change order number 1.
Motion by Mr. Hoover. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Harris. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0. Change order number 2.
Second change order is there were, I believe, 7 alternates to the contract that the city accepted that kept us below our estimated contract cost. And even accepting these alternates, alternate number 3, as you look at the west side of the building, off the basketball court, there were 7 or 8 very narrow windows that were 16 inches wide. They had these 1960 something concrete blocks in them that are 8-inch by 8-inch blocks. So it's 2 blocks wide going all the way up. And the original idea was to remove these blocks, open those windows up to 4 feet to get more light, natural light into the gymnasium. And as we stood down there in the gymnasium and looked, we saw immediately adjacent to the basketball court 4-foot wide gaps in the wall. And we thought basketballs are going to go out there. There's a running track. We're going to sock somebody in the side of the head with a basketball. I've got a 12-year-old grandson, and I know he would be the first one to kick a basketball and have it accidentally go through that and whack somebody. So we decided that we'd like to approach the contractor about deleting that change order and merely removing the concrete block, leaving those slits only 16 inches wide, and putting a small handrail so a small child would not fall through down to the basketball court. And by deleting that alternate, we create a deductive change order in the amount of $24,875.
All right. That's always a good thing, it seems like. Any questions for Mr. Shaw? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move we approve change order number 2.
Motion by Mr. Hoover.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mellon. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0.
Legal has suggested that I request you guys to authorize me to sign these on behalf so we can just get them moving.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Any discussion from anybody? All those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0.
I'd like to thank the commission.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Consideration of PSA with Crossroads Engineers for survey.
Yeah, this is a it's a change order or an additional task order to an engagement we have with Crossroads that did a boundary survey of the 20 acres around the roughly 20 acres around the field house for the middle school development in order to close the and sell basically the excess land to the developer that we talked about in a previous meeting. We need an ALTA survey per all the attorneys on board. So this will take it from just kind of a boundary survey to a legally sufficient survey to create the new parcels and sell them off as part of that deal. So they already had all the base work in there. So it's a change order of an increase in their contract, which was with the central TIF of $5,000.
Any questions for Kevin? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Campbell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hoover. All right. All those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0. Greenwich Signage Consultant, consideration of 2021 PSA with RLR Associates Inc. for on-call design and consultation.
Yeah, so this is one we've had for a couple years. We actually didn't spend all of the $20,000 last year, and rather than carry it over, the legal department suggests we redo it. They provide us kind of the proof essentially for anytime we add new signage in an RDC area. We recently added some in consultation with the park board or with Rob Taggart and Parks Department to Old City Park about things like no smoking and general etiquette in parking signs. We were able to put them in the same consistent theme we've been doing everything. So this allows us to have on-call services and covers us from a professional service standpoint. And as I said, there's actually money existing in the previous contract, but this just covers us for a new year.
And this is a not to exceed, correct, Kevin?
Yeah, it's not to exceed maximum $20,000. I don't think we've ever used that. I think we used about $5,000 last year. So it provides a kind of belt and suspenders, making it not to exceed, but allows us to call them when we have questions about or mock up something when we're trying to do something in the redevelopment standard of signage rather than just having our street department make something up.
And this just covers the calendar year 2021, correct?
Correct. That's the way our legal department had it set up. Yeah.
All right. Is there a motion or further questions, I guess? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move we approve the professional services contract with RLR Associates in an amount not to exceed $20,000.
Motion by Mr. Hoover. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Harrison. Sir, any discussion from the commission members? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
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 All those in favor, opposed, nay. None. Motion approved 5-0. We'll say all those in favor again, say aye again. Okay. Cutzinger right-of-way services. Consideration of PSA with BS Engineering for location control route survey services.
Yeah, this is the first reading because it's over $100,000. I'm not asking you to suspend the rules or anything. It'll be payable from the Southwest TIF. This is a project that is the first of what will probably be many like this from the Southwest TIF, which is outlined in its economic development plan, which is improving the east-west roads between 135 and Honey Creek. And so what this will do will create 20-some basically parcels along Cutzinger that we will need to get or we'll be able to get to make Cutzinger up to what we call city standards. Now it's just kind of piecemealed from a country road, but we're getting by the best we can. But this is going to be a long-term project as we get funding. But this is actually the second step. The Board of Works, through cumulative capital funds, paid for the actual design. And so now this will create all the right-of-way parcels that are needed, exhibits for the road. So no vote today, but just introducing that one as a kind of a long-term project for our Southwest TIF down by 135.
Okay, great. I noticed they started clearing land for a subdivision there. I think I want to say
There's two subdivisions. Yeah, you've got one by Lennar and another which is a new plat of cherry tree, but it's up to the more modern standards. It's not one that was under the old council standards. And both of those have started along there, and they will actually be doing two sections of a lot of road work improvements, which will help keep our costs down because we'll only be left with the areas that they don't have to do. It's still substantial, but they're going to take a chunk out of it based on their development plans that went through the Board of Works and the city.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Madison Avenue Streetscape Improvements Phase 3, change order number 2, on-site topsoil, structure backfill, erosion control, and pavement marking.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't have the exact number on me. I know it's Amanda probably does. It's over 100,000. But if you remember the last meeting, I had one that was in our favor of 80,000, and I said, well, this is going to wash out against another one coming soon. And so this is all the quantities reconciliation for doing that road, especially dealing with backfill and loads of dirt and gravel essentially in lanes terms. So I think the two net out to about 75,000 plus, which on a contract of $4.5 million is not bad. And we actually approved, when we got Madison Avenue approved through this board, money beyond that contract amount. So you'll just be authorizing the change order essentially.
Kevin, the change order, which I have in front of me, is $152,387.56.
Yeah, I knew it was a very specific number. The engineers seem to like to count every rock. Yeah. So and the previous change order, which was actually change order number 3, it just took them longer to get the actual quantities on 2, I believe was one in our favor by about 80 grand. So the two kind of worked in concert.
Okay. Any questions for Kevin? All right, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve change order number 2.
Motion by Mr. Hoover. Is there a second? I'll second. Second by Mr. Harris. Thank you, sir. Any discussion or questions?
Did we approve change order number 3 at the last meeting?
You did. You approved number 3. We've had 1, 3, and then this is 2. They started working on this one before 3, but didn't get it done before 3. So this will be 1, 2, and 3. We'll hopefully be back in numerical order.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, change order number 3 was to deduct 85,000. So Any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Finance report, tax increment update.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay?
We can, yes, sir.
Very good. So yeah, I just have two quick updates. First, you all should have received an electronic copy of the monthly report. As well, we provided an electronic copy of the 2020 RDC annual report and all of the exhibits. Happy to address any questions on that report. Otherwise, we would just request a motion just accepting that into the minutes. We've went through and prepared that with the finance department on the Department of Local Government Finance Gateway portal and is ready for submission, pending your acceptance and approval today.
I'd like to request 50 more exhibits on the annual report, please. Is that possible, Adam?
I'm sure the state regulators will get that done for us one way or not, so one way or the other. So.
All right, I'll give up on that.
Yeah, 271 pages isn't enough for you, huh? You need more. Yeah.
An even 300 would be nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's right. Okay. Is there a motion to accept the 2020 Redevelopment Commission's annual report?
I'll motion that.
Motion by Mr. Harris. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hoover. All those in favor, aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. Motion is approved 5-0. Anything else, Mr. Stone?
Nope. So we'll make both available, publicly available on the website under the redevelopment page, likely tomorrow. So thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Thank you.
Adam, before we move on, just as clarification, the agenda reference a tax increment update. Do we have anything on that? Primarily thinking about the minutes, don't want to.
I don't want to speak for Amanda, but I think that's just a standing item. So if we want to clarify that for the minutes, that's totally fine. I don't have any specific update on tax increment finance revenue today.
Okay, thank you. Very good.
I thought the update was I sent you the monthly report. Any questions? That's what I thought the update was. All right, department reports. Mr. Hodson.
Yes, can you hear me?
We can, yes, sir.
Great. Amanda sent to you a lease extension for the post office with the United States Postal Service. My first item is ask you to consider and adopt that lease extension and authorize the mayor to sign on behalf of the city.
Okay. And how long is it for? Do we know? Wait.
1 year.
2021 ending 6/30/2022. I see it now. All right. Never mind. Right. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Mr. Harris. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Hoover. Tell you what, Mr. Campbell and Mr. Moan have been pretty quiet today.
We'll let them come at it.
Yeah.
It's all the muting and unmuting.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's a good thing you don't get paid by the motion. That's all there is to it. All right.
What, we don't? Wait a second.
Hey, Dave, I think I do.
Yeah, well, yeah. You and I both do, that's for sure. All right. Any questions for Sam on this one? All right. Hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion is approved 5-0. What's next, Mr. Hodson?
Next up is a request to convey that property to the Greenwood Community Development Corporation. As you're aware, the Greenwood Community Development Corporation was created to hold property that the city does not yet have a use and may require development or transfer in the future. The CDC as a not-for-profit and not a governmental entity has a lot more flexibility in dealing with property that may need to be redeveloped.
Okay. Any questions on that? own, you know, but I guess it makes sense.
Is there any consideration that flows to that? I presume there's not.
There is not, but Chuck Sagan said if Mr. Hopper wants to keep the Dwight D. Eisenhower sign, we'll take that off and give it to him.
Yeah, great, thank you, appreciate it.
Well, I'd have
It was like a little memento. I feel like every building we own, we should get our name on it, don't you think? Yeah.
May I request that you include the authorization of the officers to sign, so when the paperwork comes in, I just have to apply our signatures.
We will include that in the motion, whoever makes it.
And I would
Okay,
also,
thank you.
and I would also request that we include in the motion, making sure that we comply with whatever statutory requirements procedurally go along with that type of transfer.
Well, I'll move that we approve it, including the things that Amanda's talking about and that Mr. Watson are talking about.
I'll second that.
Conveying 345 West Main Street to the Greenwood Community Development Corporation, authorizing Mr. Harrison and I to sign and complying with all state, federal, local, legal things needed to make that happen. All right. We had a motion by Mr. Hoover. There was a second. Was that you, Mr. Campbell? Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Any questions for anyone? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. All right, motion approved 5-0. RDC attorney, Mr. Watson. Any updates?
I have nothing for you today.
All right, thank you, sir. City controller, Mr. Wright.
There's nothing from my department.
Thank you, sir. City engineer, Mr. Johnston.
Nothing for you today.
Knock me over with a feather. All right. Mayor Myers.
There is nothing from me either.
All right, thank you, sir. Claims docket, April 2021 claims docket in the amount of $528,623.92. Is there a motion to approve?
A motion.
Motion by Mr. Harris. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Moan. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, aye.
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 All those opposed, nay. Motion approved 5-0. Anybody else out there, and since the three of us are alone in this room out there on the interwebs, that would like to say anything regarding commission business? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. Hearing none, we will adjourn. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.